Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, I'm here at Roak Brewing Company in Royal Oak, Michigan, and I'm here to try the Hopgazer. With me today, I have Allen Hilliker, the general manager here at Roak, and Allen saw my video on Flavorful Five, invited me out to come check out their newest New England Style IPA Hopgazer. So, Allen, what can you tell us about Hopgazer?
Hopgazer is our single New England IPA. 60 IBUs, 6.5% alcohol. Kind of continuing the Flavorful Five tradition here. Just a little bit of bitterness with our style, but it's really smooth and wonderful. We're really excited to introduce it to the public here. All right.
So New England style IPAs, you hear everything from they're the best thing that's ever happened to craft beer. It makes it accessible to it's the worst thing this will be the death of craft beer. So what do you guys say, do you think that New England style IPAs still have a lot of room to grow, or do you think the popularity may, be getting to the boiling point, essentially?
I think there's lots of room to grow. There's still tons of places that aren't doing them still too, for one reason or another. But we are really loving the style. Our brewer Brandon is really just killing it with Flavorful Five, and then following up with Hopgazer. I mean, he's doing awesome things, so we're definitely going to continue it.
You guys led out of the gate with New England style IPAs here at Roak with Flavorful Five, which was a double, and then you stepped it back with a single here. What was the thought process behind that?
We really just wanted to differentiate ourselves right out the gate. So coming out with a double right away, I think that was the mindset anyway behind it.
So this just debuted on the 7th and here in the tap room, and obviously you can get it in the tap room, but when can the people out there expect to see this on the shelf?
Just a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So every time we release a beer, we're going to release it here first, and we're going to give ourselves like a couple of weeks lead time here. So let people come in here, enjoy it first, and then it hits the market.
Sound idea, because then everybody can come in, they can try it, and then take it home, afterwards. And what are some of Roak's future plans? What are people that come into the tap room here? What can they expect in the future?
Lots more events here on site. Lots of brand new beers. Barrel age program is really ramping up. And we're going to start the Mug Club this weekend, which has been a long time coming. But we're really excited to roll that out here.
Okay. Well, great. Well, for the moment you've all been waiting for, let's take a look here at Hopgazer. We'll give it a taste. Allen and I are going to try it together. And just to kind of describe the can here, it says Roak Hopgazer. It has a UFO, and it's kind of assimilating the populace of Earth. And on the back here, it says Hopgazer enters Earth's atmosphere and lights up the sky. Dry hop with Euconaut, Citra, and Amarillo. This New England style IPA has a sublime mouthfeel with aromas of orange, grapefruit, and tropical fruits. It finishes with a resonant bitterness and a harmonic sweetness. Prepare to be assimilated. And as Allen said earlier, this is 6.5%, 60 IBU. And let's crack it open and give it a shot. Always a satisfying sound,
That's
right?
great.
So right out of, obviously out of the can here, which doesn't give you a great sample, but you smell right off the bat the grapefruit, getting some citrus, some orange. I am getting like a dankness, which is kind of like the tropical scent. Dankness, the tropical scent. I'm going to trademark that because, it's perfect. But yeah, it smells really good. Smells like a solid New England.
As soon as you crack that can, you can smell it even at arm's length.
That's always a sign of a good beer. It's being able to smell it right out of the vat, right off the get-go. I think I had a little bit of a lamer pour than you did, but
had lots of practice.
You're a pro. So holding it up to the light here, we're in the tap room here, but from the natural light, I mean, this is opaque. There's no seeing through this at all. And it's got a nice head on it. It's a nice, densely packed head. And cheers. Let's give it a shot.
The smoothness of this beer just surprises me every time.
It's really smooth. You get a lot of that grapefruit taste like up front. You get some citrus, maybe that kind of a grapefruit rind, like a
grapefruit zest almost.
Yeah, zest, exactly. It's got great mouthfeel. The one thing is that you kind of get that grapefruity, that kind of bitter, kind of sour grapefruit taste at the beginning. Then like this real nice hint of sweetness rolls through. And then you get the hoppy bitterness on the end. And even as the hoppy bitterness kind of subsides, you still get a little bit of that sweetness on the back end. So you don't get like a really harsh aftertaste. It's kind of got a pleasant kind of sweet aftertaste, and it just makes you want to kind of keep drinking it.
The bitterness and the sweetness kind of intertwine there a little bit. Yeah,
you get a nice balance of both. It's a little bit hoppier than I would usually expect out of a New England style IPA, but if everything was the same, right?
We're happy with it. We wanted to differentiate ourselves a little bit, and there really isn't that much definition of the style yet,
right?
And I think that there's room for both.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that New England's are a really great gateway for people who maybe are not really into beer to kind of get into it. I know for me, when I started this channel, I wasn't really a big IPA guy, but everything that comes out, everyone loses their mind over IPAs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what you have to do. And New England style started really emerging in Michigan when I started, and it really opened up the door for me to try more IPAs, because you get like that hint of the bitterness with the hops, the piney kind of bitterness in a New England in an IPA in a New England, but just really faint. Then you can it's almost like you can stair step your way up to picking it up.
I really like for New England's how the mouthfeel of the body. It's just really smooth, easy drinking.
Yep.
Even with the bitterness and everything, it's really pleasant.
This is one that's easy to kick back and enjoy a few. And like I said, I've said in multiple videos, it's really dangerous because it's 6.5%, which isn't really, in the grand scheme of things these days, isn't really up there. But I mean, you can still get into a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah,
a lot of trouble if you drink like 3 or 4 of these. And I didn't even realize it was. I'm starting to feel a little bit.
They're pretty easy to kick back.
All right. With that, I want to thank Roak for having me out. Alan, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Everybody here at Roak's been awesome. Come out to the tap room. Where else are you going to get a raspberry flavorful 5? And for me personally, I don't think you've lived until you've had a French toast devil dog. It's like my favorite thing you guys have here.
It's wildly popular now too. We're really excited that's going to hit some packaging and barrel age down the road too.
Oh, awesome! So expect to see that on shelves at some point. But yeah, it's top notch. It's one of my favorites here at Roak. So with that being said, until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for watching. Enjoy craft beer, support your local breweries, and until next time, don't forget to treat yourself to a little Draft Therapy. Cheers! Thanks again.
Thank you.